2020 has been a wild year for everyone, and I do mean everyone. But also, I can personally relate to what it's been like for content creators, and then can try and empathize the good and the bad that came from this. There's certainly good, there's certainly some bad, so let's just take a look at it.
I surround my soul with the positivity. That's why I don't worry about the things that I don't see. Yeah. These days I don't worry about much. I think we should have some more fun. I still dream about the days when we were young. I'll take a hit and still finish and run.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl TJ back with another video. Talk to a TJ, aka TJ Two Swoosh Chains. I hope you guys are having a great day. When you're viewing this, if you are brand new, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I really appreciate you stopping by. Two Swoosh crew, you guys are amazing as always, so thank you for watching this video. And again, we're going to touch on the good things and the bad things because there are certainly good things that came about in 2020 for some of us, especially if you are a content creator. Right now, that can be across a multitude of platforms. Now, I don't really dabble in TikTok like that, but you could have seen growth still if you are primarily on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. Just really depends on whatever medium you use to curate content and get that out to those who are interested in what you have to offer and your value. And for some, again, great things happened. Relationships were furthered, rapport built with more brands, such as SolePremise, who is sponsoring this video. So we'll talk about that a little bit later on. So let's jump into the very first one. And I want to say this, each one, some are things I would absolutely just relate to, and then others are just observations that I kind of took the time, I think, to take in 2020 with everything going on. So for the very first one, this was a great time for you to start your journey as a content creator. There was actually no better time than right now for you to start. And I say that because we all had the time. We were at home as well. So if it was ever in the back of your mind, like, man, I would really like to create content, I would really like to dabble in content on Instagram, or maybe, videography, or just any number of things, right? Maybe you're really into kicks and you were watching a lot of sneaker YouTubers and you said, you know what? I think I could do that. I want to start doing that. You absolutely could have taken that jump, taken that plunge. Now, I would say this, I would just advise you to go into it with no expectations and simply enjoy the process of what it is to create content in any way that you create it. You also don't need to dump thousands worth of capital into a channel or into tools and equipment. Let's say if you're posting pictures and things on Instagram, I just think you need to tap into your creativity, take a look around, find things that inspire you, whether it's certain pictures, styles, a form of editing, and then you can literally YouTube anything of how to do anything and figure out. I think you can navigate your way through it pretty well. But there was no better time to start than in 2020. So I'm really happy for every creator that decided to just start that journey for themselves. If you are not aware of who Kelly Stamps is, she had a great series of videos about, becoming a YouTuber, starting, and trust me, she blew up over 2020. Now, she's not within the sneaker realm, but she blew up over 2020, and it's been awesome to see her rise, especially as a Black female creator. All right, so the second observation, I guess, is really more so looking all around, and I guess this does apply to sneaker YouTube too, right? But it was a scary time for creators because understand this. This is something I do on the side, right? So it's pretty much myself as a brand that I'm managing on the side when it comes to content, but this is not my full-time career, and I am very stable in the job in which I work. But if you're a full-time content creator, then it rocked your world possibly, because think about it, a lot shut down, right? Nike and Adidas, projects were shut down immediately right around March. And that's actually when I participated in, the Air Max Day campaign for 2020. And so much had to shift just for that. So when you think about the reality of full-time creators not knowing when their next job or their next project would drop on their doorstep, or their manager would say, hey, this is next up on your plate. Just imagine that, right? So they were going through very similar, how do I even put this? They were going through very similar, tumultuous times, just like other Americans, because the income is varied and it's variable, but then also you're relying on brands to need you as somebody to market, be the voice, be the face. And that didn't happen. That kind of came to a standstill. Now, if you had creators that were really great with their money and things of that nature, then they might not have stressed as much. But if you were a creator just starting out, just getting on your feet, let's say, and then that derailed everything, I can't imagine how scary that was. And you also had to pivot. Let's say you were still able to create, let's say in Sync or YouTube, but you still had to pivot what you were doing. So you couldn't always go out to the malls and do pickup vlogs because malls weren't even open for a good amount of time. So a lot of content creators did shift. They learned to whether film, take pictures, or a multitude of things in their home and how to make it look aesthetic, but I think also a lot more relatable within their homes. I think this really did open up the door for you all to relate to content creators more by being able maybe to see them in their natural habitat at home versus always out vlogging. So I did appreciate that. And some really tapped into a niche lane and they ran with it, and I think it's actually transformed their presence. So for example, live cops were not the big thing up until quarantine really started, and then live cops were everything. Every content creator, because they were available and sitting at home, or on their laptops or on their webcams at 9 o'clock in the morning, an hour before drops would happen at 10 o'clock, whether it was for Supreme, whether it's for Jordans, Yeezys, didn't matter, right? And there are some creators that I think have really done a fabulous job with that. So Roscoe is one of them. I will tune into Roscoe's live cops, and I have zero intention of copping the shoe. I'll still just tune in because it's nice to see him put in also that work to manually be able to cop shoes the same way we try to manually cop shoes, because I don't use bots or anything like that. So to me, if creators were able to sit down, reassess what the market was still looking for, and then find a way to deliver it, I think it benefited them in a really big way. And the last thing, I think there was a lot of opportunity for creators, and also the time they may have needed to be consistent. So when I say opportunity, I think it was a great opportunity for creators to actually maybe connect with brands on a deeper level, really be able to show their value and build that rapport. And that's actually something I was able to do with SolePremise during this time, and I'm very grateful for it. I mean, you guys already know about the bags, and you know that you can get the daily commuter backpacks, the actual travel bags that will hold up to 5 pairs of sneakers, and then the duffel bag. Now they're offering a lot more items too, like toiletry bags, which I think are a great Christmas gift, but also then they're coming out with brand new items. So just stay tuned for that. I promise to showcase those on my channel, like always, whenever they're sent over. But you already know you can click on the link in the description to be able to save over 30% right now. Just stay locked in. I'm pretty sure there may be another holiday deal that goes on, and I will keep you guys informed. But this was a great time to be able to build those deeper relationships with brands, especially if they align with yourself as a creator. It's natural. It is right in line with everything maybe you already talk about or already showcase on your platforms. But then this was also a time to show consistency, right? For some of us like myself, I love the ability to be able to easily create videos every single day, and it wasn't as stressful because now I do work from within my home. And for other creators, I just think they had a whole lot else going on in life. Now it's very unfortunate that we can't always be with the ones we care about and we love. Those are very turbulent times emotionally because you feel disconnected. And then if you feel disconnected, you can also feel, unmotivated, just to be honest with you. So for creators that said, hey, I'm just going to hone in, I'm going to be consistent on what I know will hopefully add value to those that care to tune in, that could have been game changing, right? You never know. Some of us can come out of this better than where we were as soon as things open back up. And that's really what I hope for most, all creators in this space, but certainly those who have put in the time and the effort to stay consistent in this really weird period. So thank you guys again so much for tuning into this. As always, act your age, not your shoe size. Peace out.